Hello everyone, this is John and I'm the lead developer behind the WP RSS Aggregator plugin. In this video I'm going to take you through the usage and features of this plugin. The plugin is available on WordPress.org on the WordPress plugin repository. It's downloadable for free and it has also a few add-ons which are available on wp-rss-aggregator.com. You just head over to add-ons and you'll find at the moment there are 3 WordPress aggregator paid add-ons which you can buy from this website. So let's take a look at how we use it. I'm going to head to my dashboard, log in, and I've got the plugin installed right here. So the first thing to do is to add a new feed source. In this case, I'm going to add my blog. So we also enter the URL. Now most WordPress blogs have their feed available at the /feed URL. So that's mostly the case with WordPress blogs. So you publish the feed, and at this moment, the aggregator will start importing the feed items in the background. Here's a simple preview of the latest feeds from Fit4Blogging. And if we go to the imported feeds section, we'll find the latest 10 feed items which have been imported. Now, obviously, the second step is displaying these feed items on the front end of your website. Right now, I'm using the default theme of WordPress. And it's very easy to show the output on the website. All you have to do is use the WP RSS Aggregator shortcode, which is right here. Hit update and we can view our page. So there you go. This is the default output from the core. Now, as I said, there are some add-ons which are available on wp-rss-aggregator.com. And one of the most popular ones is the excerpts and thumbnails add-on. There's not much to explain here. It just adds excerpts and thumbnails. So next thing is to view the output when this plugin is activated. So I've downloaded and uploaded the 3 available add-ons, and we're going to start from excerpts and thumbnails. I'm going to go ahead and activate that plugin. And that's activated, and we're gonna go back to our feed sources. Again, we have that one feed, and I'm going to actually fetch the latest feed items. Head back to the front end and see what that outputs. All right, so as you can see, we have the image and the excerpts. So thumbnails and excerpts. That's for the 10 posts which we have imported. Now, the way the thumbnails works is that the plugin will try to get the first image in the actual post. If no image is found, you can set a thumbnail yourself, or else it can also show the default thumbnail which ships with the plugin. I think it's a good idea to take a look at the settings sections. So these are the general settings which you get with the core plugin, and these tabs relate to the excerpts and thumbnails add-on. With regards to excerpts, you can of course enable or disable the excerpts functionality. You can set the word limit. You can set the ending of the excerpts, which is this part right here. And you can also check this box to enable the read more link functionality, which means that at the end of each excerpt, you'll find a read more link, which takes you to the original post. And of course, you can set whatever text you like to appear on this link. Going to the thumbnails section, again, we have the checkbox to enable or disable the thumbnail functionality. We can upload a default thumbnail. We can also set the default thumbnail width. I'm going to go ahead and modify that, so we'll see how that works. we'll need to click the Save Settings button, and you'll see that the thumbnail image preview has changed. And if I go back on the front end, hit refresh, again, the thumbnails will change on the front end as well. And in this case, for example, the thumbnails do look a bit better at this size. What else have we got? We can also link thumbnails to the original link of the post. And we can also choose what to do when the feed item has no thumbnail. So as I said, in this case, when the feed item has no thumbnail, you can either display the default image, or you can also show no thumbnail. So that's all for the settings of excerpts and thumbnails. Now the final thing I should say is that when you create a feed source, you can also create a default thumbnail for that feed. And this is done by clicking on the set featured image right here. Let's take a look at keyword filtering next. So again, I'm going to head over to the plugins page and activate the keyword filtering add-on. So I hit activate, and now we're going to head over to our feed sources and we're going to edit our feed source. And as you can see, there's a new box here called keyword filtering. Now let's say from this particular source, I only want to import posts which have the word backup in them. All I need to do is go here and type the word backup, hit the update button. That's saved, and I'm going to head over to debugging and delete and re-import all feeds, as this will allow me to put that functionality in practice. I'm going to go to the front end and hit refresh and see what happened here. So we've got these 2 posts which have been imported instead of the previous 10. And the reason why these were imported is that the word backup is found in either the title or the content of this post. So we've got backup right here, and presumably there's backup in this one. I don't see it here, but it's obviously in the rest of the article. As we have discussed earlier, we can set the excerpt length. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and make a longer excerpt limit, word limit, and see what happens on the front end. Exactly, we can. Let's search for backup. Okay, it's still not showing. Again, I'm going to go under settings, set 500, and it should show up this time. Let's see. All right, so backup, and there it is, backup right here. So that's why this post was imported. You can also combine words. So I could have said, give me those posts which not only have backup, but they might have email in them. So we can add as many keywords as you want, as long as you separate them using commas. So that's the functionality of the keyword filtering, which can be very useful to import from multiple blogs on only the particular topic which you're interested in. Before I head over to the other add-on, I just wanted to let you know that there's also a global keyword filtering functionality, which you can access under the keyword filtering tab in the settings section. It works exactly the same as the filtering we've seen on a particular feed source. Time to take a look at another add-on, which is the categories add-on. So I'm gonna go ahead and activate it, and heading back to our feed sources, you'll see that I added 2 more feed sources, and the nice thing now is that we have categories. These can be used to organize your feed sources into different categories and thus display a particular category and not another on the front end. So let's take a look at how we can use that. I'm gonna edit, set a new category, say news. update. I'm going to go back to my feed sources, add WordPress.org as well to the news category, which I can do by going into the feed source and adding it to the new category. So, oh, right. So we have a problem here. The news category wasn't saved. That's gonna fix it. So we've got two, just gonna untick that one. And we've got two feed sources which are in the news category. So I can use shortcodes, which are explained on the plugins documentation section. And we can see that there are shortcodes available for the category. So I can just copy that. And within my page, I'm going to paste this, but of course, instead of sports, I'm going to add the slug of my newly created news category. I hit update, and I'm going to go ahead and use debugging to re-import all the feeds just to make sure that we're getting the latest feed items. I'm going to view my aggregator page, and we get the BBC feeds. And yeah, since there weren't any fit for blogging feeds today, the BBC feeds are superseding them. However, we can use another option within the plugin, which is that of limiting the feed items. So I can say just display 5 feed items from the BBC feed source. Going back to the front end, then we have the 5 feed items from BBC plus the other item in the category, which was WordPress.org, and we have the feed items from WordPress.org. I apologize for a previous mistake in the video where I said we're gonna get the BBC and Fit for Blogging feed items. I should have said BBC and WordPress.org feed sources, which are in the news categories. If I wanted to get the Fit for Blogging news source, in this case, it's just one feed source, which is in the uncategorized category. So I could have put uncategorized here, and we should see the Fit for Blogging feed items coming up. Yes, and remember, I've got some filtering on Fit for Blogging, so it only got 2 items. And I also wanted to take a look at these shortcodes which we've got here. So we can modify what appears before each link. Also, you can use the aggregator to display just 1 or 2 or 3 particular feed sources by using the source IDs. And you can get the IDs from here, from the feed source listing. So you can use aggregator for just displaying feeds from any RSS source. Going back to our shortcodes, you can also exclude particular feed sources and also limit that particular feed source to a number you put in here. Excerpts and thumbnails, you can have thumbnails on or off, which can either be yes and no, 1 or 0, or true or false. And you can also enable or disable excerpts from within the shortcode. And again, you have the examples right here. So that's just about it for overall functionality. I'm just finally, to wrap this up, I'm going to go ahead and show you the import and export function. From this page, you can import and export the plugin settings, so you can use them on different websites. And you can also import and export the feed sources themselves. Moreover, you can also import opml files into RSS Aggregator. The aggregator uses the default WordPress importer, so you can either import posts from an RSS feed or use the WPRSS opml functionality to import files into WPRSS Aggregator. What else? We can go to our debugging page. As I said, this is used mainly for troubleshooting. You've got the system information, you can update all feeds, and you can delete and re-import all feeds. The settings page contains some display settings and also things like the date format, the limit of feeds displayed on the front end here, and whether you want to open links in a new window, in a lightbox, or just in the current window. You can set links as no follow or follow, and you can also use the embedded video player link for video RSS feeds. Very useful for Vimeo or YouTube RSS feeds. You can also set the cron interval, which I recommend can be set from 1 hour upwards, so that you don't get a lot of load on your server. And you can also have the custom feed URL. So this feed will be the feed of all your imported feeds. I know this might sound confusing. Let me repeat it. Once you import all the feed items from the feed sources you set, you can use this custom feed URL to provide a feed to your users which contains those imported feed items. The plugin itself, as you can see, uses the WordPress standard user interface, so no surprises here. We've tried to keep it as standards compliant as possible, use the best code for you, so you'll be very safe with regards to security and you'll have fun using the plugin. Hope you really enjoy using this plugin. If you have any questions, you can use our support forum, or you can also use our ticketing system under support contact on our website. And you've got more documentation here. And you can also check out our demos on the website. I've just, in fact, added a new page, which is the demo views page, where I'm using the views plugin to generate different types of displays of the feeds imported by the aggregator. So that would be it for now. I hope you enjoy the plugin. Always, we appreciate reviews of this plugin. You can read them here. We've got lots of good reviews, but the more we have, the better it is for other viewers who are looking at this plugin for the first time. So thank you all and hope you enjoy this plugin.